I can never. Quiet on set. Quiet on set. It's me like, okay. What up guys, it's your girl Vegan A and welcome back to my channel. But this week's video is going to be a little different because today I'm going to be talking about some vegan staples and pantry items that you should have in your kitchen when you're trying to transition so that you can make some great recipes throughout the week. A lot of people when they first start out are not sure what to get in the grocery store. It's very overwhelming. They don't know what to buy, what to pair with, etc, etc. So this video is going over some of the things that are my go-tos whenever I go shopping to make sure that I can still have amazing recipes throughout the week and maybe even meal prep. So let's just get straight into it. The first thing on my list is gonna be bananas. I always grab a rack of bananas, sometimes even two, because I am a smoothie girl. I like to make smoothies or smoothie bowls, and they're very versatile. You could always freeze half of them, or when they're ripe, freeze them and put them aside, and they will still taste the same, if not even better for your smoothie bowls, because they'll create a nice consistency that's like very thick. It's perfect for your smoothies. Bananas are also really good for the morning time when you're on the go and you don't really have time to make breakfast and you still want to eat something. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day because it gets your digestive system started. So instead of skipping out on a meal, you can just pick and go and don't even think about it. So bananas are also really good to add mass and gain weight in a plant-based diet. Whenever you're needing a little bit more calories into your meals, you can just have 1 or 2 bananas. And it's also something that I've used personally to help gain weight, especially when you're going to the gym. You want to make sure that you're eating things that are not unhealthy but still add mass. So bananas are my #1 thing in the morning and really helpful for that. Next thing on my list is going to be oats and even granola. So oats are very versatile. You can use plain oatmeal, of course, but you can also blend the flour and incorporate it into other recipes. You can even make pancakes with oat flour. You can use it as a thickener for sauces. Also, again, for the people who are trying to gain weight, oats are a superfood. I was making oatmeals, I was adding it into my smoothies, I was making granola. I also just had oats with like fruit. Sometimes it just adds a nice texture. So definitely a great source of fiber and healthy carbohydrates when you're going to the gym. If you're not sure on how to use up leftover oats that are in your kitchen pantry, I recommend going to my Instagram and checking out my granola recipe video. It's really good and it's good for you. It has loads of vitamins, nutrients, and a whole bunch of things that are just great for your body, especially when you mix and match other superfoods, seeds and nuts and grains into it. So I'm gonna leave that link in the description. Make sure to check it out, and don't just say you're gonna check it out. I need you to check it out for real. Okay. Next on my list is gonna be rice, grains, and pastas. And this, don't skip out on this. This is literally the base to a majority of your meals when going plant-based. Sometimes I hear people say that like they're complaining that they're still hungry or they're not full. So this will be a very important part to the meals that you're making because it's basically a big part of your carbs that you're having for the meal itself. So definitely make sure that you're having whole grain rices and pastas and grains, white breads and white rice. Try to limit yourself on that because ultimately it digests differently into your stomach and it forms into sugars, which cause you like to have discomfort in your stomach and also make you hungry again later on throughout the day. So try to stick to the whole grains and whole fibers. They're gonna be way better for you and you're gonna feel better. I always have rice and pasta and grains on hand, like I said, because it's literally the base to a majority of the meals I'm gonna be making. The options are endless and there's so many forms of different carbs that you can put into your meals. So you really won't get bored as long as you're trying new things. If you put flavor and seasoning and love into your food, it's gonna taste great. Also, this is great for meal prepping throughout the week. I love cooking, but some people just are not cookers. They don't want to be in the kitchen. They don't want to deal with that. So when you cook your rice, pastas, and grains beforehand and kind of do a big batch to have throughout the week, it makes it easier to just have something readily available. So when you're hungry, you don't really have to think about like, oh, I gotta cook something. Like, it's already done. You just add maybe something else on the side, a salad or some type of protein, and boom, you have a whole meal that's ready to go. So we're just zooming through the list, but the next is gonna be beans and legumes. When I first was going vegan, I had beans with everything. Beans are just so versatile and they're very cheap. And I know everybody's on a budget trying to save that money and always readily available. I always see them in almost every grocery market, so I know you guys can get it. And then there's different kinds. There's black beans, there's kidney beans, there's chickpeas, freaking, what is the other ones? I don't know how to say in the English. There's gandules. So there's just a whole lentils. Ooh, I love me some lentils. But yeah, there's just a lot of beans that you can choose from and so that you'll never get bored. And there are so many recipes that you can make with them. Really quick, guys, I'm so sorry, but only a portion of this video is going to have some real life examples and video clips of the food and ingredients that I'm talking about, because for some freaking reason my laptop doesn't want to airdrop anything. It's not accepting it. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with my laptop. Maybe I need to get a new one. I don't know. So yeah, I'm sorry. I wanted to apologize in advance that for the rest of the video I don't have any real life clips or pictures because of the technical difficulties, and I already wasted like a day of editing trying to figure it out, but I'm over it. So yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm gonna do better next time, I promise. All right, let's continue the video. Also, this is a great source of plant-based proteins, plant-based carbs, and again, they're great for going to the gym and adding mass into your diet and adding calories. So you could always use beans and sneak them into almost any recipe. And I say almost because duh, you're not gonna be putting, actually, there are recipes with beans in them that's like bean brownies and all that, but like, I haven't tried it, so I'm not gonna advertise that until I do. I used to hate tofu. I was the person to talk shit about tofu. I'm like, ew, I'm not eating that shit gross. But little did I know, I just wasn't cooking it right. It kind of scared me because I would look at it in the package and I'd be like, why is it cold? Why does it feel weird? Why is it watery? Like, literally, it's just a matter of knowing how to cook it. It's very versatile and holds flavor really well. Tofu is like, well, hopefully it stays cheap because, you know, inflation, but tofu I get for like a few dollars. Either at the Asian market, even at supermarkets, really cheap, readily available, and definitely recommend at least having a few packets in your fridge. So yeah, I'm a tofu girly. Okay, a lot of people be like, what's a great meat replacement? Or, oh my God, what? That's chicken, it looks like chicken. No girl, it's mushrooms. Mushrooms, hold on, let me get my life, because I'm very passionate about mushrooms. I love oyster mushrooms, shiitake and gnocchi. Like, there are literally over, I don't even know, I think a couple hundred variety of mushrooms, and they all have their different characteristics, their own flavors, their own profiles that work well for different recipes. I use it a lot, especially if you follow me on Instagram. You see me use it for fried chicken, I used it for steak, I used it for fish sometimes. Like, girl, the mushrooms is popping, and get into it. And for the people who are saying, ew, mushrooms are nasty, grow up, because mushrooms is in, okay? Depending on where you get them from, they can be a little expensive, but if you do get them in wholesale or like bigger quantities, they're cheap. I would definitely recommend getting your hand on some mushrooms because, girl, it is so good for meat replacements. Like, it holds a nice texture. It has an umami flavor, and umami basically just stands for like, quote, meat flavor. And it's just very natural. You know, you don't get that heavy sinking feeling that you would get from a piece of meat. So I'm telling you this because I know, okay? I used to doubt other people's dishes with mushrooms, like, how's it gonna taste like chicken, or how's it gonna taste like steak? With love, attention, and seasoning, okay? So don't question me. Ooh, girl, I feel so passionate. This whole video about to be mushrooms. Forget the title, everything mushrooms, because I love them. Where's my mushroom? I should have worn my mushroom necklace. Okay, so now that my camera just died, let's get back to it. Next on the list is gonna be frozen fruits. A lot of people are like, girl, fresh. Yes, fresh is always better, but when you're in a pinch, or let's say things are just not in season, but you still want certain items, frozen fruit and vegetables gonna get you through it, okay? And they're still gonna hold the nutrients and vitamins that they have. Frozen fruits and vegetables are readily available and are in almost every grocery market. So me personally, I like to keep fresh produce but also frozen produce because it's good for smoothies. Like I said, I have a smoothie a day or a smoothie bowl or something like that. And it's really good for that thick texture that you're looking for. So it's definitely a good backup plan. Also, fruit in general and vegetables in general are great for digestion. They have a great source of fiber and natural sugars and natural carbs that help move the little particles in your stomach so that you're really flushing out your system. So definitely having some bagged fruit and vegetables is always a must, always a go. Don't skip, because yeah, you need your vitamins and nutrients on a plant-based diet. A lot of people are scared of fruit because they're like, oh my God, it has sugar. A chocolate bar sugar and a mango sugar are two different types of sugars. They digest in your body differently and they are absorbed differently. So you having a bowl of fruit in the morning or a bowl of fruit for a snack is not gonna hurt you the same way of having like a bowl of chocolate covered whatever. So don't be scared to have a little bowl of fruit. And like I said before, fruit carries a great amount of water and fiber, which is great for digesting and make sure that your gut stays healthy and that it's, you know, pushing out the waste that needs to come out and absorbing the nutrients that need to be absorbed. Next on the list is gonna be dressings and sauces. Okay. It's a great way to add flavor into your dishes. It's a great way to add added calories into your dishes. And it really just elevates something that is missing sometimes. Like, for example, when me and my roommate are having like a rice bowl or even like loaded potatoes or something, just having a nice little sauce drizzled on top helps bring everything together, helps marinate all the flavors. Also, dressings and sauces are really good to hold in the fridge for long periods of time. Even if you buy them in the store or you make your own, which is always gonna be better, but they'll last in the fridge for weeks, okay? There's dressings we probably still have in there right now that we bought like 2 months ago. So definitely make sure you have your sauces in stock and try different flavors. You know, there's so many different combinations that'll help bring out your dishes even more. It's just good, period. It's good, period. If you're making your sauce or dressing at your house, it could also help save you some money because buying store-bought dressings or sauces can kind of add up, especially when they're just like little bottles. But if you get the ingredients that can make the same thing and then batch it in a big container, it will last you longer and help save you some money. Last thing on my list is obviously going to be fresh produce and greens. So this is just making sure that you're getting your fruits, your vegetables, your herbs. Fresh is always better, you know? So things that I usually get are greens. So like salad, kale, spinach, cabbage. There's tomatoes, green peppers, onions. Like, I can go off on all the things that I get, but the main point is to make sure that you're literally eating the rainbow. The more variety of fruits and vegetables that you have in your diet, the more nutrients and vitamins that you're getting into your meals. And this is very important because you don't want to get sick when you go vegan. You want to be nice and healthy and strong, which is the purpose of your change. Make sure that you're, you know, picking different things to mix and match your meals with. If you're having a certain item throughout the week that you're having a lot, maybe switch it out for something else that you might not get often. You know, be open-minded to trying new things. Each fruit and vegetable carries a certain amount of nutrient, a certain amount of water, a certain amount of something that helps a different part of your body. So when I go grocery shopping, I try to switch it up. Even though I have my staples, sometimes me and my roommate will go out of our comfort zone and try like an exotic fruit or a different vegetable. As long as you know how to cook it, season it, flavor it well, you know, add that love and attention, you should be fine. Fruits and vegetables are very versatile. People just think like you just have to eat it as is. And yeah, you can. You'll get your nutrients and vitamins from it, but switch it up, you know, put it in a stew or chop it up and maybe put it in a sauce or put it in a salsa. There are so many ways to make fruits and vegetables. You can put them in different recipes that can really just elevate something and just be open-minded to try new things out. And that's the whole purpose of you guys following my YouTube channel anyway. You're like, girl, I got you and I'm gonna help you, we're gonna figure it out. So, here's my love-hate relationship with fresh produce. Depending on where you're getting it from, different things cost different prices. I've already made multiple videos on how to save money on a plant-based diet. Make sure to go to my Instagram because I'm not gonna repeat myself in this video. Go check it out, go see what's up, go save a buck. You shop around, go to markets, go to different areas. Maybe there's certain things that are on sale. Look around. Not everything is gonna be super expensive like everyone claims it to be. You can get a bag of potatoes for a few dollars. You can get a bag of apples for a few dollars. Set your budget, but it's definitely not as expensive as most people rumor it to be, and that it's so impossible to like afford this lifestyle. If you're spending $40, $50 to go out in the club, you can spend $40 on some produce. There are different weeks and different stores and times that things are on sale. Take that to your advantage. Go to your store when things are on sale. Go to markets when things are buy one, get one free or buy one, get one half off. So when cooking vegetables, make sure to season your food. When I'm introducing new vegetables into my friends' diet or my family's diet, yeah, you can serve it to them raw. You know, that's the best way to digest it, which I recommend doing often. But also when you're cooking like a home cooked meal or something hot, you want to make sure that you're using your seasoning cabinet, okay? Use the garlic powder, use the onion powder, use the salt, use the pepper. These things help elevate the flavor of the vegetables and bring it to a new level. So make sure to season your vegetables. This is very important. And if you don't know what seasonings to use, check out my Instagram. Like, if at this point you're not following me on Instagram, what is you doing, honey? Because you're missing out so much information, you're missing out so many recipes, you're just missing out. So everything is gonna be linked below, and I even put it in this video so you guys can follow me right now. Pause it and follow me. So, not gonna lie, I'm guilty when it comes to not prepping some of my fruits and vegetables. Try to get better, but I get it. Prep your fruit and vegetables, and by this I mean clean them, cut them up, slice them up, put them in a container, and have them ready to go so when you are ready to cook, all the prep is done and it just saves you time. Well, that's it for some of my pantry staples. Of course, I always have other things, but I'm trying to keep it very simple for this video. For people who are just starting out, you know, there's always other items that I love to get, but as long as you have these base items, you'll always have something to cook. So that is the main purpose of this video, and that you have things in your cabinet and your fridge that'll help you keep you going throughout the week. So I hope you guys like this video. I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't wanna do. Yeah, follow me on Instagram if you guys want to keep up with more. I have tons of recipes, tons of advice, and just a lot of cool vegan content that is worth checking out. So your girl's off this, and next week we're gonna have an amazing recipe, so make sure to stay tuned because we're going Caribbean, okay? Okay.